Chapter 25, The Boy Who Could Fly. Alex fell up. The tornado lifted him high into the sky, and he watched Dorothy and the rest of the Cyclones, tethered to Tick-Tock, grow tiny as the Emerald City Stadium spun down and away from him. This was falling, like he had always thought falling would be, in slow motion with everything floating slowly by. In the swirling storm, pieces of the world went sailing by. A vote towed card, the Cyclone's pink bus, a piece of string, a theme park bench with the words Carpe Diem written on it, a paintbrush, a dripping tangle of socks tied together, Nanny May, a dented golf cart, a tree branch, and a baseball. Alex reached out and grabbed the baseball. Out, called the fairy godmother who floated by. Good show, young man, the nanny said, clapping. Absolutely whiz-bang. The wind died down and Alex began to fall the right way this time. That is to say, he fell down and not up. But this time he wasn't scared. There was only one way to die and ever after, and this wasn't it. The wolf stood on home plate, howling in triumph, as Alex floated into the arms of his teammates. They crowded around him to welcome him back, and soon they had him raised on their shoulders where he held the ball up for everyone to see. Impossible, the wolf roared, his big teeth glinting in the sunlight that broke through the clouds. Oh no, the fairy godmother told him. It's the same ball, all right. I saw him catch it on the fly. So to speak, said Toad. Neither run counts, Charles Wallace announced. The Cyclones win. The wolf's eyes went wide as he understood. He clicked his heels together, trying to escape, but he didn't disappear. The ruby and silver cleats were gone. Looking for these? Dorothy asked. The shoes were back on her feet where they belonged. They had returned magically the moment the bet had been won. The big bad wolf snarled and lunged for them, but the three wizards combined their talents again, and the wolf was caught up in another purple cloud. I sense there are quite a few people in there, Charles Wallace said. Should we get them out now? There can be no better time than the present, said Merlin. The wizard waved his wand, and to Alex's surprise, a long gash opened in the big bad wolf's stomach. Even more surprising, people began to climb out. Lancelot and Galahad, 9 little pigs, Lester the bus driver, a giant spider, a Cheshire cat, like the one Dorothy had lost her cleats to, and more. Dozens more. Storybooks of all shapes and sizes that Alex didn't recognize climbed out of the monster's belly like clowns from a circus clown car. Pinocchio was there too, from the wild woods, and larks, lots of them, more than a few, with the itch. Alex caught himself scratching at his own itch while the Cyclones welcomed the lost storybooks and larks back to ever after. Dorothy noticed it too. I hate to cut the celebration short, she told everyone, but we've got wishes that can't wait. The Cyclones gathered around her, arm in arm, and with a click of Dorothy's heels, they were gone. Chapter 26, Happy Ever After. The Cyclones' victory combined with the return of the big bad wolf to the wild woods was cause for a wild rumpus. Throughout the Emerald City, feasts were served, toasts were made, and songs were sung, most of them by and about Toad. But while there would be parades and speeches and parties to come, the Cyclones wanted only one thing, their heart's desires. The Cyclones had made sure Alex went in first before he disappeared again. After a lengthy apology from the wizard for sending the nannies after him and ever thinking about giving him to the wolf, Alex's wish was granted, and he rejoined his teammates in a great banquet hall filled with food and drink in their honor. One by one they went in and came back out, each granted his or her greatest wish. The doors to the wizard's great throne room opened, and Brer Rabbit came out to where the others celebrated. How'd it go, Ears? Alex asked. What'd you wish for? What I said I was going to wish for. More wishes, and I got 'em too, suckers. The wizard said I could come back tomorrow and have another wish. Just one more wish? What will you wish for then? Another wish, of course. Alex wanted to point out that if he kept wishing for one more wish, he would never actually get to use a wish on anything else. But Brer Rabbit seemed happy enough, which was all that really mattered. All right, Pinkerton, you're up, Dorothy told the flying monkey, and he hopped through the doors to the throne room. Huzzah! Cried Toad. He had been glued to a flat-screen television the whole time, and the rest of the Cyclones went over to join him. I've done it! I've been elected Prime Minister. That isn't a surprise, is it? Alex asked. Isn't that what you wished for? Toad blushed. Well, I had thought to wish for that, especially after playing disguised as Tiggywinkle, starched, as it were, my chances for worldwide acclaim. But when I was standing there in front of the great and terrible Oz and he said, Toad of Toad Hall, what is it or your heart's desire? Well, if I was being totally honest with myself and I admitted my true heart's desire, you wished for a car, didn't you? Dorothy asked. Not just any car, a one of a kind original. Timber spoked wheels, red and white cedar boat for a back carriage, dashboard straight from British Sopwith, camel biplane, brass fittings, copper piping, and Toad hopped with excitement. Press a button and wings pop out and it flies, absolutely smashing. Then how did you win the election? Alex asked. Words of my selfless deeds dressing up as Tiggy Winkle somehow spread through the internet. Maybe because you blogged about it, Scraps said. However it was leaked, I've gone viral, Toad told them. Storybooks and larks voted for me in droves. It's a come-from-behind landslide victory, a mandate from the masses. Toad put his webbed hands around Alex and Dorothy. Who would have thought being humble could be so rewarding? Amazingly humble, that's my new motto. In fact, I think I shall write a song about it. Toad's teammates were in such good spirits they began to compose Toad's song for him, and Alex and Dorothy drifted away to one of the big green glass windows at the far end of the hall. When you came out of the throne room, everybody was celebrating, Dorothy said. You never told us what you wished for. Neither did you. Did you wish to save everybody? Look at them, Dorothy said. They all should have wished that they wouldn't be forgotten. But is that what they did? No. Toad wished for a flying car. Jack wished for a bucket of baseballs so he can stuff his head full of them and be a baseball super genius. Brer Rabbit wished for more wishes. Tick-Tock wished for a new mainspring. Scraps won't tell me what she wished for, but I don't think she wished for not being forgotten. They all had a chance to live forever, and they didn't take it, she sighed. So no, I didn't do it. I didn't use my wish on any of them. I guess I figured if they didn't choose that for themselves when they could, what right did I have to choose it for them? So what about you, Alex? Did you wish you would live forever? I meant to. That's what I was playing for. But I started to think that maybe everybody else was right. Maybe everybody else was right? Alex put a hand to Dorothy's forehead. Are you feeling all okay? Was Toad right? Are you under a spell? She batted his hand away, but grinned. Shut up. No, maybe it's possible. Maybe storybooks can live forever. Maybe we can't. I don't know. But I was so worried about it, I forgot to be happy. I used to be happy and I liked it. So I wish to be happy again. Across the room, the Cyclones sang a song making fun of Toad, and Toad sang along louder than any of them. Dorothy laughed. I still wish Scraps would tell me what she wished for, she said. Oh, I think she got her wish, Alex said. Across the room, Scraps was waving happily at them both. Pinkerton came out of the throne room looking smug. Pinky, Alex called. What'd you wish for? The flying monkey cleared his throat. Don't call me Pinky. Pinkerton, Dorothy cried. You wished for speech. Wait, you mean he couldn't talk before? Alex said. I thought he was just cranky. Dorothy laughed again. No, and I think maybe he used his wish just to tell you to stop calling him Pinky. Pinkerton had all manner of other things to say to the Cyclones, though, and he happily chattered away with his newly granted power of speech. Dorothy nudged Alex. Okay, Pinkerton's talking. Now you, spill it. Did you wish for somebody else to believe in you? No, I wish for the real me not to be sick anymore. Dorothy pulled away from him. What? Wait, Alex, you know what you've done, right? If your dreamer gets better, I know he won't need me anymore, and he'll forget about me. And when he forgets about you, you'll disappear. You just wished for your own death. Maybe, but how is that any worse than him dying and taking us both with him? At least this way, one of us gets to live. Dorothy leaned back against the windowsill and shook her head. I never thought you were the sacrifice bunt kind of guy. Always figured you swing away. Alex shrugged. Anything for the team, that's my motto. Do you think it will work? Dorothy asked. Do you think a dream can really affect a dreamer? Alex shrugged. I don't know, but I'm not itching anymore. Not yet, at least. I like to think that's because he's getting better. That maybe I saved him and he's out there playing baseball again. You gotta believe, right? Dorothy smiled. Right. So the tournament's over and we all got what we wished for. What now? Alex asked. Now we start practicing for the next tournament. The next tournament? We just won this one. Yeah, Dorothy told him. But just wait until next year.